Hey there, Alex Rebix Gaming with a new deck building video for Pokemon TCG Pocket where I share with you battle-tested decks so you can have some fun with the Shining Revelry meta. But without further ado, let's jump right into today's deck. We've got 2 Giratina EX, 2 Arceus, 2 Shaymins, 2 Giant Capes, 2 Potions, 2 Pokeball, 2 Professor's Research, 2 Leaf, 2 Rats, and 2 Sabrinas. And there's also a V option where you switch those 2 Shaymins for 1 Dawn and 1 Team Rocket Grunt. The idea behind this deck is to create a double trouble situation with Arceus and Giratina that can deal with extremely dominant Giratina decks that plague the upper ranks of the ranked mode in Pokemon TCG Pocket. This also works pretty well against almost all of the big decks out there except for 2 that I will talk about later in the video, but I've had some very good win streaks even in the Ultra Ball rank where things are sweaty as hell. The strategy with this deck is pretty simple, no matter which EX Pokémon you start with, unless that's Shaymin, but we'll talk about that in a moment. If you start with Giratina, the best scenario is if you get heads on the coin flip, so you can start chugging 2 energies per turn until you can attack on your 3rd turn. If not, you'll always attack on the 4th turn. If you've got 1 Arceus and 1 Giratina, depending on how you assess the situation, you can either place 1 energy on both by using Giratina's ability, or you can go all in with either of them. Shaymin works as a great healer that works in tandem with the potions and can make up for that annoying chip damage from Darkrai, leaving your Pokemon intact. Or it can also function as a sacrifice as well to avoid letting your opponent get 2 points early in the match. No matter who you start with, you need to keep a tight grip on your energies and not waste a single one. That's why we have 2 Leaf that will allow you to switch easily your active Pokemon with the one on the bench in case you need it. When it's the moment to attack, keep an eye on both Giratina and Arceus' health. Max their health by wearing a giant cape to try to avoid a deadly situation with an enemy red trainer card. If you use your own red trainer card, you will deal up to 150 damage with both of them. But the only 2 decks with which this deck has some trouble are Gyarados EX and Galad EX. This is due to the insane cost of building up the attacks that lead to your enemy evolve any of their base Pokemon to any of these very high HP Pokemon that can resist any full-blown attack and also deal a One Punch Man style knockout due to the high damage combined with a red card. I've experimented with a more offensive version of this deck by switching the Shaymins with a pair of Dawn trainer cards, and that has worked in very specific situations to deal damage very early in the match, but you end up with a very fragile deck without Shaymin's healing. But in the end, that's up for you to decide. And that's the Giratina Arceus EX deck. Please share in the comment section down below how you guys think this will fit in the current meta. Give it a thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't. I hope you give it a try, and I'll see you later here on the channel for another deck building video. Good luck, trainers, and keep enjoying the game.